Namaste, beautiful. Welcome to Surya Namaskar lesson. Today we are going to learn 3 different ways to practice Surya Namaskar. I'm going to show you how to do all those different ways, and I'm going to tell you when I recommend doing them. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start standing. So you can be a little bit warmed up before going into this, but it's also not necessary, because the first way that I'm going to teach you is something that can be used as its own practice. The second way as well. Actually, all of them can be kind of used as their own practice. So let's start with the beginner method. So always we're going to start with our feet hip width distance apart, our hands in Pranamasana. And so generally I would recommend that you take a little bit of time here in Pranamasana. So our hands are at heart center, pushing together, pushing against the hands. Head is slightly bowed. Our legs are strong. Our core is strong. And so the first thing that we do is we connect to the energy of the sun. All right, so Surya Namaskar is our sun salutations. So typically we practice these in the morning, right? To salute the sun, to thank the sun for rising, for giving us this energy, and to ask it to give us more energy to go throughout our day. Okay? So we start in Pranamasana. Okay, we take some breaths, we connect to the energy of the sun. And then we begin. So first we are going to exhale here in Pranamasana. And then we are going to inhale. We're going to lift our hands up, Asta Uttanasana. And so we can either be with our hands straight up, or we can lean back slightly. We don't want to be leaning back too much, just a little bit. Just kind of to open the chest here, open the heart here, allow you to look up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to take an exhale, and we're going to take our hands down to the floor, Padahastasana. And so here we're trying to flatten the belly over the thighs and have our back pretty straight. Okay, so we don't want to be rounded. We want to be reaching the belly so it can come over the thighs. And so if that means that your hands don't quite touch the floor, then allow for them to hang at first, okay? So Padahastasana with an exhale. And then we're going to inhale. We're going to step the right foot back here. And so we're coming into a low lunge. Now here, we can take a few different variations. We can have our hands flat on the floor. We can have our foot so it's tucked, our toes are tucked under in the back. Or if we want, we can come up onto the fingertips, either keeping the toes tucked, or we can have our toes untucked. Okay? So our variations would be hands down, toes tucked, hands down, toes untucked, fingertips, toes untucked, fingertips, toes tucked. Okay? Any of those are fine. What we want is for the back to be pretty straight here. So I come up onto my fingertips because I feel like then my back is straighter. It feels like when I have my hands down, it's harder to bring my chest forward. And it feels like I'm kind of just sinking down. So I like to be up on my fingertips so I can feel like I'm raising the chest. It just feels nicer to me. But if you choose a different variation because that feels better to you, that's also fine. Okay? So this is our inhale. I actually started untucking my toes as well, so you might see me do that. I kind of switch between them. And so then with an exhale, we're going to step the left foot back. So at this point, if the toes were untucked, we're going to tuck them again. and then step the left foot back into mountain pose, Parvatasana. Okay? So here we want to be reaching our heels down towards the floor. If they can reach the floor, that's amazing. If they are still trying to reach the floor, that's also fine, right? We just want to have this energy of trying to reach the toes down towards the floor. And here, again, different variations. So I generally keep my feet so that they're hip width distance here, but you might also learn that mountain pose, the feet should be together here. So if you want to have the feet together here, that's also correct. Our hands are grounded such that our pointer fingers are pointing forwards. Our belly is tucked. Our hips are up and back. And we're looking towards our navel here. Our shoulders are such that they're kind of turned out, right? They're pulled away from our ears. We don't want to be kind of sinking into them. But again, some variations might tell you to bring the head down towards the floor, in which case, okay, you can do that. So kind of the point of this is like, choose your own sun salutation, right? Do what feels best for you. Okay, so we have our exhale here. Okay, so if we're taking the beginner version, then we are adding an extra breath here. So we're inhaling and we're bringing the knees down. So our toes are still tucked here. We're taking the knees down to the floor as well. And then with an exhale, we're going to take the chest down to the floor and the chin down toward the floor. Okay, so here we have 8 points on the floor. We have our hands, we have our chin, our chest, our knees, and our feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah? So this is called 8 points pose, otherwise known as Ashtanga Namaskar. Okay? And so then with an inhale, we're going to push ourselves forward, untuck the toes, and push into Cobra. Now again, we have different variations of Cobra. We can be coming up into a little baby Cobra here. Yes, we can still have our belly down, and we can just be kind of lifting the chest, looking up kind of towards the corner. Or we can come into full Cobra. So we push into the floor, and we lift the chest up more, we lift the belly up as well. Okay, so again, choosing your variation anywhere between baby Cobra and full Cobra is fine. I haven't done anything to warm up my back today, so I'll probably do it somewhere in between. Yeah, so this is our inhale. And so then with our, and again, I generally have my feet apart here. Some people might tell you that it is proper to have your feet together in Cobra. Do what feels best, okay? Because then we're going back into our mountain pose. So then we're tucking our toes and we're pushing the hips up and pulling the belly back. We're contracting the abs to push us back into our mountain pose. So again, if we had our toes together, if we had our feet together, then our feet would still be together in mountain. If they were hip width distance, we still have them hip width distance. Okay? So same as before, our mountain, our Parvatasana, yeah? And so then with an inhale, we're going to step the same foot forward that we had forward before. Okay, so we stepped our right foot back before, so our left foot was forward. So now we're stepping the left foot forward. And again, we can be on our fingertips. We can untuck the toes. Ashwasanchalanasana, horse riding position. Inhale. And then we're going to, if we were up on the fingertips, we're going to plant the hands and then step the right foot forward, coming back into our Padahastasana, back into our forward fold. We still want to have our belly touching the thighs if possible. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to roll up, reach the hands up. We can slightly arch the back if we want to. And then with an exhale, we're going to bring our hands back to Pranamasana. A variation is that then you might bring your hands down to complete and then bring them back to Pranamasana before we then go into the other side. Okay? So now let's try the other side, still taking this first variation, this beginner variation, and see if you can kind of feel out, remember what I said on the first side. Okay? So we have our hands together, we're exhaling here, and then we're going to inhale, reach the hands up, arch if you want to, exhale, fold forward into Padhastasana, touching the belly. Inhale, we're stepping the left foot back this time, taking our variation in Ashwasana Shalanasana in horse riding position. So either coming onto the fingertips, having the feet down, having the toe tucked, whatever feels best for you. We do want for our chest to be forward here, okay? So even if the hands are down, we don't want to be down like this. We want to still have our chest forward, which is why I like to come up onto my fingertips. Okay? Exhale, we're going to step the right foot back to meet the left in Parvatasana. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to take the knees down. Exhale, take the chest and the chin down. Inhale into Bhujangasana, choosing your variation. So either coming all the way up and lifting the belly up or leaving the belly down, whichever feels best for you. Feet out or feet together, whichever feels best for you. Just see what happens and go with it is my recommendation. Tuck the toes and push with the hands, push up the hips, push them back. Coming into our Parvatasana again. Taking an inhale, we're stepping the right foot forward. Bring the knee down. And either keeping the toes tucked, untucking the toes, coming up onto the fingertips or not. If we're up on the fingertips, we then plant the hands as we step the left foot forward with an exhale. Forward fold, Padhastasana. Inhale, reach the hands up. Arch slightly if you want to. And exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so this is the first way. This is the beginner variation, so you can go at your own speed when you are first starting out. The second way that we're going to do is basically the same, but now instead of taking an extra breath, when we get to Ashtanga Namaskar, what we're going to do is we're going to hold the breath, okay? So let's see if we can go through that way. Let's see if we can just do it. Okay, so I taught you. Let's see how well you were able to commit it to memory as we move to the next level. Yeah? Here we go. Let's take the hands to Pranamasana. Bow the chin slightly. Connect to the energy of the sun. Exhale here. Inhale, reach the hands up, arch slightly if you want to. Exhale, fold forward, Padhastasana. Inhale, step the right foot back, take your variation. Exhale, step the left foot back, take your variation. Now, hold the breath out, or you can be continuing your exhale here. Okay, so we came back, we're exhaling. And now you can kind of continue the exhale, and when you finish the exhale, then you hold it out as you bring the knees down, the chest, and the chin down. Okay? And then we take our inhale as we come up into our variation of Bhujangasana of Cobra. We tuck the toes, we push back with an exhale into mountain pose. Inhale, step the left foot forward, taking your variation. Exhale, step the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, Pranamasana. We can take the hands all the way down. We can come back to Pranamasana. And then exhale in our Pranamasana and go to the other side. Inhale, hands up, arch slightly if you want. Exhale, forward fold. Padahastasana. Inhale, step the left foot back. Take your variation of Ashwasana Chalanasana. Exhale, step the right foot back. Take your variation of Parvatasana. Hold the breath out, taking the knees, the chest, and the chin down. Inhale into your variation of Bhujangasana. Tuck the toes and exhale into your variation of Parvatasana. Inhale, step the right foot forward, take the left knee down, bring the chest up into your variation of Ashwasana Chalanasana. Exhale, step the left foot forward, taking your Padahastasana. Inhale, reach the hands up, arch slightly if you want to, and exhale, bring the hands down to Pranamasana. Okay, so these first two, they can be practiced alone, and we're kind of moving a bit more slowly. Okay, so we're being really mindful of our movement, and we're using this as our asana practice. Yes? So being mindful, being slow with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Right, inhale. Now, this third method, we're going to do what we did in the second one, but we're going to speed it up because the third method we will use as a warm-up. Okay? So when we're using it as a warm-up, then it's not really our asana practice. So you might see in my full classes, like when I have the chapters and when I kind of talk about it, I say, okay, and this is warm-up, warm-up. A lot of my classes are actually technically warm-up. And then finally we get into the asana practice somewhere quite far down the line. So the warm-up, it literally just warms you up, right? So no matter how we practice our sun salutation, the way that it's designed, having the left foot forward and then having the right foot forward, the way that the asanas are sequenced is designed to be warming us up. But if we're doing it faster, then we're getting the heart pumping faster, we're getting our breath moving a little bit faster, right? So as we are literally warming the body up even more, then it is telling the body, okay, I'm going to do something that is a little bit harder, so please get ready to do that, right? So let's go through it like we would if it were our warm-up quickly. Okay, so here we go. Let's take the hands to Pranamasana. Take a moment to connect. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot steps back. Exhale, left foot steps back. Hold the breath, knees down, chest down, chin down. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, right foot steps forward, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, arch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up, arch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. Exhale, right foot steps back. Hold the breath, knees down, chest down, chin down. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Pranamasana. Okay, so you see how when we do the third way, then we're really yeah? And so then we go through several times of this warm-up, and then by the time we're done, then we're like, all right, let me get to my asana practice. Or if we're taking one of the first two methods and we're moving through it slowly, we can still be going several times through, yeah? But we're really appreciating each asana, which makes it our asana practice. Yeah? All right, beautiful. So that is Surya Namaskar, Hatha style, in its different methods of practicing. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope that you will be able to practice with confidence when I tell you in class to do whichever version of Surya Namaskar I choose that day. Thank you for being here with me, for trusting me, for practicing with me, for allowing me to guide you. With so much love, namaste.